Hey guys, Owlets Tarot here. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome or welcome back, either or. Thank you for being patient. Well, I'm still continuing to get used to, having plates screwed into the mouth and reshaping of the jaw. It's been a pleasure. Hold on, I gotta find that book. Where did it go? Oh. Alright. I hope you're all doing well, Aquarius. I hope I said that already. This is going to be a general collective, so please do keep in mind that not everything can resonate for everybody. But often there is something for everybody within the reading. Just please use your discernment. Sorry, I've got to remember to speak up. I'm recording right now. Fuck that video camera. It won't focus right. I've got to figure it out. I'm terrible with technology. But this Pixel 7 has no hole in it to insert, like the long piece. This sounds dirty, but it's not. Like where you would plug in non-wireless headphones. Non-wireless, yeah, whatever they're called. The headphones that had wires, where you would plug that in. This phone does not have. So I had to order a separate little fucking adapter so that I can plug my microphone into this phone. So I apologize if you have to turn it up and still can't really hear great. I really do apologize. Hopefully it gets here soon, but that's not going to mean much for you this month, Aquarius, because here we are. Now, I wanted to point out the death card in this particular tarot deck, and I'm going to use the web tarot today to clarify. The card that I pulled, this was the first card for like overall energy, what you needed to know, what you needed to do, however it wanted to come through. I'm breaking that down bars. But once I realized that the I call it, like, it's morchella mushroom, but they say it's morel. The regenerate instantly brought to mind this picture. It's of a representing the pineal gland, that pine cone. And seeing as how they both have certain similarities, I felt like I needed to read the very beginning of this book. Where are we? This tarot deck, the Sacred Web Tarot, I highly recommend to any and every tarot reader out there who's watching me. The Sacred Web Tarot. It's written by Jannie Bew Brown, who is the mother of the illustrator James Brown the Fourth. Awesome. I didn't realize his name was James Brown. This is probably the worst time for me to record without a microphone, with all the traffic. I apologize. But anyway, the Sacred Web origin story. In January of 2019, a year and a half after suffering a serious traumatic brain injury, my son James drew what we have named Release, which is that death card. The 13th card in the major arcana, traditionally called Death. Although many find it to be challenging, even scary, I have always loved the Death card. I relish imagining the possibility that awaits me when I truly let go of something that does not serve. Holding the image of release, however, I realized that death had become a painful companion for my son. He had watched part of his 20s wither away while he worked to recuperate. I could not change this. I had to surrender any sense that I could fix James, take his pain away and carry it for him. All I could do was hold a loving space for him, for I understood that only he could restore his life to himself. Only he could find grace in the darkness. When I saw the tender beauty of James's rendering of death, I felt hopeful for the first time in a long time. And it goes on from there, but today's not the day. I can't. Okay, so the reason that I wanted to read that little zygote of the beginning of the Sacred Web Tarot, which I got out, is this. I feel like some of you are really searching for hope, something to be hopeful for or about. And while I do see invigoration, I also see it's perfect that they should pop up that way. Invigoration, I also see tribulations. And as is life, you know, there's something here, you know, in order for you to regenerate, you have to learn to reinvigorate. Face head on your trials and tribulations. Recognize that they are conquerable. And if, you know, for anyone this has been a recent literal death, my condolences first and foremost. But there is a need to remind here that, you know, we are all energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed, you know. So just know that your loved ones are always around you when you feel like you need hope the most. Alright, present energy. Embodying the present energy, we've got the Magician. No, we don't. What is that? The Hanged Man. And the Five of Pentacles. I love this Hanged Man card. There's been a whole a sloth thing going on with tarot. I believe I've got like 3 or 4 decks that have a sloth in it, and if I have 4, at least, yeah, I'd say 3 of them have the sloth as the hanged man, and what's the other one? And then the 5 of Pentacles. So, okay, so the 5 of Pentacles, it's very often a card that speaks to us about feeling like we have less than we do. I see it often as a card of maybe not being as grateful as you could be. Now, we're all guilty of that. It's easy for us, when we have a bad day, when something goes wrong. Our brains naturally are going to focus on the thing that went wrong, or something that's popped up unexpectedly, and suddenly we have to break from our normalcy, our normal routine, alter something in order to deal with the new situation. We also don't like things that kind of come up out of the blue, right? But sometimes some of us don't like to turn around and realize the entrance to all that you're bitching about not having is right here. So why are you running in the opposite direction? And that certainly was not meant to sound harsh. Thinking back in my head, I think it probably did, but it was, I mean it. I mean all my messages with love. That's why I do this channel, is reading the messages that come through, giving them to you with peace and love. The house says that. Peace and love, peace and love. Whatever. But the hanged man, that tells us that there's a need to look at the situation a bit differently, even if it means going through an uncomfortable change. Some of us don't want what we really, what we want so bad. Suddenly, when given the opportunity to have it, where's the lens on this? Over here, I think. Okay, so suddenly when we have the opportunity to have it, it means to us too much change, and it scares us away. So I do feel like there's a current energy here of not really feeling stable. Also, there is a lack of stability within the hanged man, at least a feeling of. So there's definitely a need to find your grounding, or rather find your footing through grounding. Let's see where we're going next. Alright, so we've got strengths and things that you need to work more on. Strength, beautiful. We've got the King of Wands. So this is somebody that really has that zest for life, that desire for more, that Enchantress Spirit. This is somebody that you want on your team. This is somebody that you want to have your back. I just want to throw this out here. I should have said it at the beginning of the video, but my videos are better when played at like 1.5 speed. I've noticed. I talk slow. So do several members of my family. And now, that I have these veneers, I talk slower. So, still getting used to the fuckers. And it's about someone being ready. So, it's beautiful to have this in your corner in terms of your strength, especially when dealing with a funky feeling energy in your present. Right down to when I asked about the overall energy and that card, the regenerate card came out, which is essentially the death card. And then these, so we're gonna get into those before we do your last 3 tarot cards. But your weakness here, we've got the 6 of Cups. So I don't like to say your weakness. What it is you need to work on. There is a sense here of somebody living, existing in a way where you're doing a lot of looking back and needing feeling like you need closure, wondering if you're going to get closure. And instead of looking forward, instead of looking at all of the gifts that you have, the energy that we spoke of here, right? This lack of gratitude, but it's not me calling you out when I'm saying that. It's me pointing out the fact that we all do it. Where we all forget to be grateful when we're having a bad day, when we're in a bad mood, when someone pisses us off. Something simple as the cable going out, and next thing you know, it's like, this has been a fucking day from hell. I can't believe it. On this day of all days. And it's like, well, just hold up a second. Take a breath. Recognize that, what parts of you are healthy. Do you have a bed or a couch that you can lay down on and breathe, ground yourself? And think about the fact that you're lucky to exist. You're lucky to be breathing. You're lucky we're all lucky to exist in we're just all lucky to exist because we exist like this at this stage. So you want to live in the moment. You don't want to be living kind of periodically, or I mean more perpetually, looking back. It's okay to periodically visit your past. Nostalgia is that's fine, right? But this speaks more about too much time spent on worrying about or ruminating on whether you are going to get the apologies or the recognition that you deserve or the validation. Fill in your own blanks. I don't know your story. I'm just going off what the cards are telling me and my intuition, so. It could have applied to many different things. Why is this camera like this? Son of a bitch. That's better. Alright. What is the lesson? The Seven of Pentacles. So, you're realizing the work that needs to be put in to the situation. You're recognizing the patience that's going to be required in order for you to reach everything that you want to reach, right? Be where you want to be, exist where you want to exist, have what you want to have. Before you reach that place, you're recognizing that, to many of us want it all, but first of all, nobody has it all. And those that have a lot often are individuals that end up suffering many consequences for having a lot, whether it be a lot of money, and next thing you know, they are struggling with addictions, or gambling, which is another addiction. Huh. Temperance in reverse and the Page of Pentacles. Advice given for the lesson. Okay. Am I supposed to take Temperance in reverse? Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. Hold up. Temperance in reverse. I'm just noticing that there is. Why can't I see a damn thing today? My eyes are fucked. Okay, there's an hourglass here. So I do believe this to be more about the idea of wasting time. Remembering, fully recognizing and remembering the fact that we have a finite amount of time. If there's somebody that you love and care about, but you haven't reached out to in a while, reach out to them. Let them know that you love and care about them. Yeah. I'm really feeling like it's crucial for you to make sure that all those that you love, tell them how you feel. Right down to parents, family members. Have the talks that you want to have. Have the talks that might make you uncomfortable. That might cause, a little bit of confrontation. That's how we regenerate, by dealing with our trials and tribulations, so that ultimately they can turn into triumph. Yeah, nourish, invigorate. Okay, I want to talk about, well, in the Page of Pentacles, in terms of helping you learn this lesson. It was that smoke. I thought it was a spider web. the Page of Pentacles, reminding you, that this is a process that requires patience. This is a process that requires, I almost said articulation, meticulous, really thought out, planned, yeah, you're being asked to have patience here. There is a sense of you getting everything that you want and need. Everything that you need. And once you get it, you recognize that you have all you want, if that makes any sense. But these cards, the wolf came out in reverse. That has to do with family and loyalty. So some of what we've been talking about could, this card could kind of be harkening back to the fact that some relationships, they're not as good as others, and some of them deserve to have work put into them. Luna. No, no. But then we got the toad, right? Which talks about cleansing and transformation. Now, what does the death card in the tarot talk about? Always talking about transforming, transformation, transitioning. And then I flipped to the bottom of the deck, all the decks, after I draw, I turn them upside down. And the card is the snake. Change. Transformation. Transformation and cleansing. One of these is food to the other, right? So again, representing that cycle of death, that transformation, bringing about that cleansing, the tribulation, the regeneration, bringing about that invigoration, that nourishment. We've also got dreams showing up, and tenacity and humility. And I think that that's something that you have in spades, and you don't give yourself enough credit for being as tenacious as you are, as you can be. Sometimes you might view yourself as weak, and that's just not the case at all. But our strength is often tested when we go through change. Yes? So, and like I said, if anyone has recently lost someone, my condolences. Do remember that, they are always with you. All you need to do is, in those moments that you need them, you call on them. Relax your body, relax your system. Clear your mind, open your heart. Think about exactly what it is you want to know from them. Speak to them, tell them exactly what it is you want them to know. But, I can't state this enough, that it's a lot easier to do when people are still here, right, in this realm. Sometimes is it more uncomfortable? Yeah, but it's not about comfort. It shouldn't be. We're a culture who has become very uncomfortable with death, turning it into something. Yeah, a lot of religions, in my humble opinion, have really twisted people's heads in wonky directions when it comes to death. Like Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, we're not gonna go here though. But my feelings are my feelings. Yeah. What a way to end. Anyway, I hope that you guys are all doing incredible. I hope that this reading for August resonated with you in some way. I hope that you were watching it at least 1.5 speed, and that my talking is normal-ish. I know it's more gay-ish. Uh, Instead of just gay like it was before, now it's a little more gayish. Talking with a lisp, but obviously I'm not putting it on. Adding to the list a lisp. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'm actually going to rest myself, but at the bottom of this deck that I'm using for the next sign, excuse me, Four of Swords. So get your ass to bed. Get yourself some healthy rest. It's going to be important in the month of August to make sure that you are keeping up on your own self-care, and that should always, a big part of that should always include that fucking light. A big part of that should always include getting plenty of rest, being very aware of burnout, keeping very mindful about what it is that you personally, your body can tolerate, because not everybody's body tolerates things in the same way, and that's normal, right? Yeah, I think that's all. All right. So, as always, take good care of yourselves first and foremost. Always, 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 always. So that you are able to take care of others um, when needed. And I know Aquarius is Aquarians, much like Cancerian, or not Cancerians. Well, yeah, not as much. Libras, you're all very loyal to your friends. From the Sacred Web, let's just grab 2 cards to send us off with. I'm trying this month, what is that time? 34. I'm trying this month to keep the videos like around 40 minutes to see how they do. YouTube doesn't really push my videos anyway. I'm told by most of my subscribers that they have to, excuse me, they have to look me up specifically. Like, they think, oh, him and typed in my name and realized that, you know, I've been releasing videos all along. That hasn't been true as of late, obviously, with all of the surgeries. But before, you know, I was releasing videos very frequently and getting asked all the time, you know, why did you quit your channel? What happened? It's like, no, YouTube just unsubscribed you. Alright, 2 cards for Aquarius. 2 cards for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know from Sacred Web? What does Aquarius need to know from the Sacred Web? The deck was in reverse, so I'm going to flip the cards over. The Seer of Fire at the bottom of the deck, which is the King of Wands. So matching up with your energy current, or your current energy, or your energy current. Can go either way. Yeah, there's a level of high observance also seen with all the eyes. Tell me this is my fault. Look me in the eyeball. And then the other 2 cards that we drew, we've got the 4 of Wands. So, a celebratory feeling here. I'm taking that back to the invigoration. And then, beautiful, the 8 of Pentacles. Moving us forward. You know, the hard work that we put in, the patience that we show contributes directly to our harvest and, you know, what we've been able to grow and reap. But yeah, the art's really awesome on these. But more than the art is the book, the energy of the cards. I love how the Hierophant is an owl, because owls always just have given me the impression of being, you know, a slightly know-it-allish. I'm a double Virgo, alright? I was cursed from birth to kind of be that know-it-all sometimes. So I've learned to rein that in. I do not know it all. There is a shit ton more that I don't know than I do know. So, okay. I love you all. Take care of those around you. And have a great August. Stay cool. Use your sunscreen. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.